The S&P 500 is one of the most important financial instruments in the world. As a barometer for the health of the US economy, the index includes almost every large publicly traded company in the country, from tech giants such as Apple and Microsoft to consumer staples like Walmart and Coca-Cola, and major banks such as JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. The index encompasses 11 different sectors comprising 500 constituent companies. However, it is important to note that the S&P 500 is not equally weighted, meaning different companies have varying degrees of influence on its overall performance. In simple terms, some companies have a much greater impact on the index than others. For example, Apple is the largest single company on the S&P 500, accounting for just over 7% of the index's total weighting, whereas Walmart holds a weighting of only 0.8%. This means that fluctuations in Apple's share price have a significantly greater effect on the S&P's direction than those of Walmart. The overall performance of the index, whether it overperforms or underperforms, is therefore heavily influenced by the movement of its largest constituents, a phenomenon known as concentration. Looking at historical data, the concentration of the 10 largest weighted companies on the index has changed considerably between 1880 and 2024. The top 10 companies are typically the largest in terms of market capitalization and have the greatest influence on the broader market. In 1880, the top 10 stocks accounted for 27% of the entire index. Between 1880 and 2010, they represent an average of 24%, with the remaining 490 companies making up the other 76%. However, a significant outlier emerged in 2024, when the S&P 500's concentration reached an all-time record high, with the top 10 stocks making up 38% of the total index. This level of concentration has both positive and negative implications, as observed in 2024 and 2025. When the largest companies, such as Apple and Nvidia, perform well, the index is lifted higher, even if the majority of other companies experiencing declining share prices. Conversely, as we've seen in 2025, when these mega-cap stocks underperform, the S&P 500 declines rapidly. This has resulted in the index being outperformed by equity markets in Europe, the UK, and China. For more insights such as these, please visit our website, www.csprayprivate.ie.